my girls just like I like my honey. Sweet, little selfish. I like my women like I like my money. Green, a little jealous. 'Cause I'm a beautiful wreck, a colorful.
Hi guys, Cassie Clifford here with the Everlasting Lip and Beauty by Cassie. Today I just wanted to talk to you guys about some LipSense troubleshooting tips that will help you get longer wear out of your LipSense, especially if you're a new LipSense wearer and you haven't quite figured out the learning curve. I'm here to help. So LipSense is a long-lasting 18 to 24-hour lipstick if you're using it properly. So here are some of my tips that will get it to last you all day with zero issues if you follow these tips. So I decided to go ahead and demonstrate this to you today while I have LipSense on so that I can show you how to properly remove, because that is, to me, I think the first and foremost important step and where I see most people failing. So here I will get our Oops remover and I'm going to show you how to remove it, and then I'm going to explain why this is so important. So an Oops remover comes in your starter kit. You will get a color, a gloss, and a remover. Okay, so here's an example of those three little guys. These are mine, and I'm going to just show you the best way to remove and why it's super important. Okay, so you're going to apply the Oops all the way across your lips, and you're going to let that sit. I let it sit while I'm removing the other part of my makeup and I'm working on my skincare. So that's typically what I do, or I'll go do something else that I need to do at the end of the night in terms of preparing for like my bedtime routine, because you don't want to try to remove it immediately. It takes a couple of minutes to break down. So wait, I would say about 2 minutes. It also doesn't hurt to kind of rub your lips together to kind of get it to break down a little more. So you don't have to do that, but it does speed this up a little bit. Okay, so I like to get a dry, scratchy, like cheap washcloth from Walmart. This, you know, you don't want to worry about one that will like get stained. You don't want to use your nice Ralph Lauren washcloths for lipstick removal. You just want something cheap that you're not worried about, and I keep a stack of those by my bathroom sink. So at the end of the night, number one, I'm not worried about it, like I said, it's staining, because I don't care about it because it's cheap. But two, because it's cheap, it's scratchier than a typical nice like bathroom washcloth would be. So get the cheap ones from Walmart. I promise you'll thank me, because this is why. And this is why it's going to help your LipSense last that much longer, because we're going to exfoliate at the same time we remove our color. So I'm going to demonstrate that, but first I want to explain what I'm doing. I'm going to, when I rub off, I wrap this around my finger and I press really hard as I rub, and then I'm going to just start scrubbing. And what I'm doing is I'm basically like sandpapering smooth my lips. It's just, think of it like sandpaper, and you're sanding it smooth because you're getting all the dead skin cells off of your lips, so that the next day when you put your LipSense on, it can actually bond to your lip skin cells and not to like dead skin cells, because that's what LipSense is doing, is it's forming a bond with your skin cells. So you want it to be new, healthy, plump skin cells, so it'll hug on that all day long. But if you don't exfoliate at nighttime, this is the number one reason that I find my customers that struggle with the color lasting, is because they're not exfoliating at nighttime. And if you're not exfoliating at nighttime, then those dead skin cells are ready to slough off the next day, and when you put your LipSense on, they just slough off by lunchtime, and then you don't have any color. And it's not because the color is not lasting, it's because your lip cells, your dead lip skin cells, are sloughing off. That happens, and it's supposed to happen. But it's better for you to make it happen at nighttime and not when you have your lipstick on. So that's why I strategically exfoliate at nighttime, and then I go back over it in the morning and do the same thing just to make sure there's no more dead skin cells ready to come off. So here we go. Okay, so just by rubbing, I remove my color. The Oops works, you just gotta let it sit, you guys. Okay, and now I'm going to scrub. And I'm going off the bottom. Okay, so I got the color right off. So for those of you that say you struggle with oops, it's usually because you're not letting it sit and you're not using a washcloth. Now I can tell by feeling my lips that I still have a little bit of dead skin in there, okay? So, this is where I sandpaper it smooth. Just by doing that, I get most of the dead skin cells off. So you'll still sometimes feel like little bits of skin hanging. That's like skin cells that are ready to go, but not quite ready to go. So that's why I like to hit it one more time in the morning. But before I do that, when I go to bed, here's another tip. When I go to bed, after I scrub that off, I will gloss. I will take this and I will just hydrate my lips with the gloss and sleep like that, because this is vitamin E and shea butter and it hydrates. So now it's hydrating my lips. That's the other important thing, is hydration. So exfoliation is my number one tip to troubleshoot and make your LipSense last longer. If you do this at nighttime, you will notice that your LipSense lasts you hours longer than it ever did. Then hydration, sleep in the gloss, okay? If you have the gloss, which you should have, sleep in it. Now I'm going to give you some advanced that you can do on that exfoliation. You don't have to do this, but it gets you that much further, I feel like, and that much longer of wear. So I'm just going to rub that gloss off just to show you another thing that you can do if you want to take up your LipSense game. This is called Lip Smooth. It is a lip conditioning lip polish. I love this stuff, and this will just help you exfoliate that much more. So this will speed up those dead skin cells that are hanging that don't want to come off. You're just gonna rub this, and it's like coconut, vanilla, like it tastes like a vanilla cupcake, okay? So good. It's got like nangai oil in it and lots of good exfoliation and anti-aging and hydration at the same time. So you're gonna get like exfoliation and hydration, and your lips are gonna thank you for it. Now I usually scrub this off as well, but I know some customers who just like to do this thing and even sleep in it because I like the way that it feels as it dissolves. I usually scrub it off, but you can play with it and see what you prefer. But I feel like it's one more sanding of your dead skin cells. The more you exfoliate, the smoother your lips will be. Also good for collagen production, so just stimulate those blood cells. Okay, so then if you wanted to take up your lip game, like I said, you would get this. This is basically like the best like lip care duo, which is our Lip Balm and our Lip Smooth. Like these two guys, I highly recommend if you really want to get like extra hours out of your LipSense, because this is just like skincare for your lips. Okay, so you take care of your lips, and your lips will take care of you. Okay, so then I would sleep in the lip balm if you have the lip balm. These are my two favorite things. Like sometimes I sleep in both. Like sometimes I'll put the lip balm on and I feel like it's not enough, so I'll put the gloss on top of it. I'm like, all the goodness. I will take all the goodness. That is so good for your lips. So that's going to get you so far, you guys, if you do that at nighttime and then you wake up and in your morning routine, I don't want to take it off. Your morning routine, you would wake up and then you would scrub again just to get any saliva or dead skin cells that didn't come off the night before, and then you're going to apply your LipSense. Okay, so this is the other issue that I run into with my customers with applying LipSense, is they're applying those 3 layers too thick. Okay, first and foremost, shake it. Shake the crap out of it, because there are natural color pigments in here, and if you don't shake it, they don't disperse evenly. So the heavier pigments sink to the bottom. So especially when you get to the bottom of your tube, it's going to be real thick and heavy. You don't want it to be. You want your formula to be nice and fluid and even. So shake first, number 1. Number 2, like look at all that. Can you even see? Like look at all that product that came out of that. Way too much. So don't count on just what comes out. You are going to wipe your wand until it's like you see nothing left on it. Like wipe it, okay? Because you want these layers super thin. Like the color should be going on so opaque, not opaque, so sheer. You should have very sheer coverage, and by the third layer it should be opaque. But your first layer should not be. And if your first layer is going on looking like it does out of the bottle, you're doing it way too thick. Okay? So I wiped off so much, and then I'm going to apply coat 1. See, and that already feels thick to me. Part of which could be because this bottle is close to the bottom, and like I said, as you get closer to the bottom, your bottles will get a little thicker, especially if you're not shaking it as much as you should be. Now when you apply, you do not want to go back and forth. I usually line first, like I just did, and then I go in one direction to fill in the inside. And if that's the case, if it does feel thicker and not as sheer as you're wanting it to be, because it should be thinner than this, so you can still see through it, but I want you to see through it even more. So if you're not seeing through it, then it's a little thicker of a formula. You probably didn't shake it as much as you could have. So then if that's the case, I would tell you to do 2 layers instead of 3. This is not a requirement by any means, but if you want to have like a really nice lip line, you can buy one of our liner senses, and it only comes with limited colors, so you want to pick a color that's closest to the color that you're going to be wearing. And so this one is in blue red, and I was applying the color Hurricane Red. And then, okay, this is for my next most important step on troubleshooting, is to make sure that it's really, really dry. So this is where I usually go and do something else, like my hair. I'll usually like break out the brush and the curling iron and start doing my hair, because I want this to be so dry that when I touch it, sorry for the broken nails, I just play basketball with my son. It happens when you want to win the game. So you want to let it get so dry that it's like you could really probably walk out without even glossing. That's how dry it feels. Like the way I talk right now is like when I can tell it's still kind of sticky. If I were to shut my lips, they would like grab a little bit. I want it to be to the point where I can like touch them and they are like dry. Okay, so if they don't feel pretty good and dry, you shouldn't be glossing. And that's the biggest mistake I see, is that people will put it on too thick, they apply the gloss right away, they aren't exfoliating. And one more tip is to be really good about drinking water. Like, water is good for your body in general, it's good for your skin cells, it hydrates your skin cells. So hydration is key to your skin cells staying healthy, and this is bonding to your skin cells, your lip skin cells. So I feel pretty dry. I would technically, like if I was gonna go out, I'm going to bed right now so it doesn't matter, but if I was gonna go out, I would still walk around and do other things. I would even get in my car if I had to and not gloss until I got there to wherever I was going, because I really like it to get so dry before I gloss. But I think I've waited long enough that it'll be fine, but if I really wanted to get that like 24 hours of wear, I would do that, and I wouldn't be rubbing my lips together until it was completely dry. I would just kind of hold my lips like this. Okay? And then once it's completely dry, you're gonna gloss. Another way to know if you're glossing too soon is if you're getting any color on the tip of your wand. Like, your wand should be white. If you have a pink wand, you are glossing too soon. I love the way gloss feels on my lips. It's life. Okay, you guys, so those are my biggest tips for you guys. LipSense troubleshooting, if you're having any kind of struggles with it, I promise you those tips will help. Let me address the tingle/burn. If you're a new LipSense user and you're feeling a tingle, this just means that your lips are super duper dry. There is alcohol in the formula of the LipSense and the Liner Sense. That is just to help the product set. It will evaporate off as soon as it dries. Like, it's pretty immediate that evaporates off. But if you have little tears in your lips, if you have chapped lips, you basically usually have little micro abrasions in your lips. So that alcohol doesn't feel so good when it goes in there. So that's what you're feeling. It's not that there's anything in the LipSense. It's like, some people are like, oh my gosh, there's like acid in there, or what's in that? Why is it burning? It's not that it's doing anything. It's that you have really dry lips with little tears in them, and the alcohol is getting in that, kind of like when you have a wound and you put alcohol in it. Good news is it's cleaning out any germies on your mouth. And another reason for the alcohol, other than the drying, is it also helps keep your tube lasting longer. So most lipstick you have to chuck a lot faster than LipSense, and because of the alcohol, it keeps our shelf life so much longer than regular lipstick. So that is what's happening there. So if you're feeling like a little bit of a tingle, then you probably have a little bit of chapped lips. If you're feeling like a holy moly serious burn on your lips, then I recommend just using the gloss for days to maybe even a week, depending on how dry your lips are, to heal your lips. I recommend doing the exfoliating at night. If you don't have the Lip Smooth, use at least a sugar scrub and this dry washcloth and just scrub. You don't have to use the LipSense at the beginning, but you still need to exfoliate your dead skin cells off. And for some people, that'll be kind of painful if your lips are chapped. But I promise this will get your lips to a healthy state, and your lips will be better than they've ever been before. Like, my lips are healthier now than they've ever been, and I used to have really dry lips with lots of pieces of white dead skin that I would pick at, sometimes until they bled, because it drove me so crazy. But doing this system, using it this way, it is like skincare for your lips. So exfoliating your lips every night, glossing or hydrating in one way or another your lips every night. When you're not wearing LipSense, wear your gloss. Do not wear wax-based products. Do not wear chapsticks. Do not wear lipsticks that are in a tube. Anything that takes a solid shape like that, EOS, balms, they're basically forming a protective barrier over your lips where moisture can't get in. So think about when you're waxing your car or you're waxing your floors, you're actually protecting it from moisture, like the water beads and rolls off, right? So that means that nothing's getting through, and you actually want this to permeate. To truly hydrate your lips, you want to put something on that's going to permeate your skin cells, get in there, drink, let the cells drink, let them get the moisture. So vitamin E and shea butter, you guys, this is life. And our balm is synthetic beeswax, so it's vegan, and it's not the cold press wax that sits on your lips. It's one that's so emollient that it will absorb through your skin cells. So those two things are great for your lips. Trust me, if you're feeling that burn, just do the lip skin care, just exfoliating, just hydrating, no LipSense for days to a week until you can get your lips really healthy, and then you can use your LipSense like every day from then on out. It's all about getting your lips healthy. So I hope these tips helped you. Put in a comment below if any of these comments helped you. I would love to hear which comment helped you and which comment or tip or troubleshooting tip that I gave you you loved the most. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for coming to my channel. If you like this video, watch some of my other videos. I do a lot of fun makeup tutorials, some creative, some just everyday, some date night looks, some Halloween looks. You never know what I'm going to do. So you can hit the notifications and it will let you know when I load a new video. And if you want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe. And thanks for hanging with me.
I like my girls just like I like my honey, sweet, little selfish. I like my women like I like my money, little jealous, 'cause I'm a beautiful wreck, a colorful